Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Western Adventures. Today is a really special day. We're meeting up with Frank from Exploring Abandoned Mines and Unusual Places. I have been subscribed to his channel for a long time, and this weekend we're going to be collaborating on a couple of videos. We're going to be doing a couple of awesome mines out here. And as you can see, I'm not in my Tacoma. I had a problem with the exhaust when I made my last video down at that old cabin. I came off a cattle guard and bent the exhaust underneath, so I have to get that fixed, and I didn't want to drive it with open exhaust. It's not quite 100% fixed. So I'm in this rental car right here, and we're heading to meet up. So it's going to be a great weekend. We're going to have some awesome videos coming out. Looking forward to it. Let's get this adventure started. Yeah, it's definitely warmer in here. And yeah, these are pretty common in the mines too. They call them bacon stripping. And one thing I also know is that it's a pretty wide haulage at it too, but just trying to see if there's any. There's a little bit of a pipe right here on the side. And I actually, this is not a pipe, this is cement.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Yeah. They're bringing out a ton of ore out through this haulage at it. Here's a little bit of your ore cart track right there. And right over here, this is where they'll be hanging the ventilation pipe. Okay, so I think this is a stick of dynamite, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe Frank will know what it is when he gets up here. So it looks like we're going to be going pretty far down here. This is interesting. Oh, you got this
yeah, this is one of those
rebar right here.
This is one of those ore passes from
Oh,
the
yeah.
the big, huge, massive slopes above us.
Yeah, and they
I told you there's all these holes in the floor everywhere
Right.
that are ore passes.
and it looks like they plugged this one up.
Yeah,
But they put a vent.
yeah.
Well, you can't really see up there, but just for airflow.
Yeah. You're gonna see a bunch of those.
And you don't have bacon stripping, but you don't have this
Yeah.
almost rebar looking material. Kind of reminds me of what they pour concrete when they're building.
You're gonna see a bunch of holes in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Which go up to those stopes.
Here's more bacon stripping. Oh yeah, the stopes in this mine are, from what I've heard, are huge. You got some hose. I don't know, it might be wire actually.
See where the tracing they put up the support.
This is
Square points
it is
a little bit collapsed.
wire, very thick gauge wire. Yeah.
There you go. Is that going pretty far?
Yeah, it doesn't go in at all, really.
Oh, it just stops?
Yeah, it's a small little,
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah.
Oh, that was all
That's
right.
interesting. Well, that looked like they put something
Yeah.
around, some concrete. Kind Concrete was obviously used a lot in this mine. Got some more big bolts right here. These are massive. Yeah, those are pretty big.
Yeah, I think what these might have been used for is, I think they attached equipment to monitor after the blast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they hung.
So you
equipment
think they would wrap the wires around here?
or something, or
Yeah.
or had sensors hanging from
Right.
these.
I don't know if you saw up on the floor down there. There's some pretty thick gauge wire.
Yeah.
So it could have been part of the. Here too, right here on the floor,
yeah.
you see some.
Yeah, it might have been for equipment
Yeah.
to monitor.
All right, we got another plug right here. This looks like this was a drift at some point. We got a spool of wire. There's looks like a couple of fuse boxes right here. The wire, we got a Westinghouse. Yeah. Old equipment. We got a water pipe, water hose. Got some pallets. Okay, so we have a drift going down this way. And we have, and the main haulage out, it keeps going down this way. Here's a big pile of all that, what we saw further up in the haulage at it. If anyone knows what this is, let me know. I really don't know. So here's a basket here. Yep, it's someone got injured in the mine. They would utilize this to get them out. That's cool. Never seen one of these before in here. There you go, low hanging ceiling right here. So we're going to continue on down this drift over here. This drift over here is this one up here is all backfilled. Put a bunch of rock over there. Here's a little room in here. Doesn't really go anywhere. And down here, yeah, looks like it's backfilled down over here. We're not gonna be able to continue on down this way. Yeah, that's the end of the line over here on this drift. We're gonna have to go back to the haulage at it and keep going down. Here's a drill hole with a bit still in it. That one's in there pretty tight. Well, I gotta tell you, this mine's pretty clean. The floors are nice.
Yeah.
Nothing to trip over. Okay.
I think this is one of the
So over
first.
here, looked like they were planning on drilling and they stopped. And over here, we'll take this drift over here to the left. Follow this hose right here.
This is one of the bunkers.
Yeah. So yeah, this mine was used for explosives testing, and that's why this is wonder if they're storing explosives in here. There's another drift over here. Yeah. See, someone over there put out, so I guess we'll go down this way.
Yeah. I think that wraps around back to the haulage tunnel. I remember that.
Yeah.
It's like a loop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Let me explain what this bunker is.
Sure. All right, so over here we got some ventilation piping. Now, like I said, it's interesting that this mine was used for explosives testing, so it's kind of a testing site and a mine. So to find a mine that has concrete floors is really interesting. And this drift just keeps going on down this way. I'm going to follow the ventilation pipe. I gotta say, this is a really interesting mine. I've not seen anything like this before. And this is gonna be the end right here. This doesn't go anywhere. They got this all cemented shut. And that's it for this one. This is interesting. I got a metal plate right there. Looking back down the drift, Frank's down there. Head back this way. Okay, so I guess we can go down. We can go to the right over here. Yeah, I can't remember if we can go down here. There's a pulley right here. That's pretty cool. That's a heavier one. Alright. Got some timbering over here. And looks like this is going to curve around and go down kind of in the direction that the other drift went. I wonder if this one stops at the same point or does it keep going? We will see. Door pass. So the stope is on the other side of this.
It's all above us.
Above.
Everywhere, yeah. And some of these passes, I think, are longer than others. This is a shorter one.
Right, right.
Because the stope goes up on an incline.
Uh-huh. All right, well, we're eventually going to run into that.
Yeah.
This, I'm gonna keep seeing how far this one goes down here. Oh, there's another one right there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Wow.
It's a short one.
Yeah, yeah, small. Yeah. Here's a bigger room right here. Okay. We got, here's some cool stuff over here.
Okay, I know where we're at. This is where we headed right into the stopes.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is where we're going to go to the left.
Uh-huh.
Justin was telling me. Yeah, this was the winch.
Right.
Used for this inclined passageway right there. There's ore cart tracks coming up there.
Oh, okay.
And that was used to haul them up.
Huh.
And then, yeah, up here to the right goes up into the stopes. That are massive.
That's a pretty
and
cool.
And the stopes go down this way too, to the
That's
left.
a pretty cool old piece of equipment. It's the Cleveland.
Yeah.
Even still has the, you see the chain-driven gear, and it still has the cable on it. Wow, that's neat. And then, like he was just saying, the ore cart track going down this way, they were pulling up what I would assume was the ore carts full of the material. Guess we can go down. We can go to the right over here. Yeah, I can't remember if we can go down here. There's a little pulley right here. That's pretty cool. That's a heavier one. Alright. Got some timbering over here. And looks like this is going to curve around and go down kind of in the direction that the other drift went. I wonder if this one stops at the same point or does it keep going? We will see. You can just make out that work-art track right here in the middle.
Ore pass right here from, you see this?
What's that?
Ore pass into the stope.
Oh, there's an ore pass right
You
here.
can see the top of the stope up there.
Oh, I missed that one. Oh yeah, here's your ore pass. So the stope is on the other side of this.
It's all above us.
Above.
Everywhere, yeah. And some of these passes I think are longer than others. This is a shorter one.
Right, right.
Because the stope goes up on an incline.
Uh-huh. All right, well, we're eventually gonna run into that.
Yeah.
This, gonna keep seeing how far this one goes down here. Oh, there's another one right there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Wow.
It's a short one.
Yeah, yeah, small. Yeah. Here's a bigger room right here. Okay. We got, here's some cool stuff over here.
Okay, I know where we're at. This is where we headed right into the stopes.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is where we're going to go to the left.
Uh-huh.
Justin was telling me. Yeah, this was the winch
Right.
used for this incline passageway right there. There's ore cart tracks coming up there.
Okay.
And that was used to haul them up.
Huh.
And then, yeah, up here to the right goes up into the stopes. They're
Okay.
massive.
That's a pretty
And the
cool
stopes
old
go
piece
down
of,
this way too, to the
that's a
left.
pretty cool old piece of equipment. It's the Cleveland.
Yeah.
Even still has the you can see the chain driven gear and it still has the cable on it. Wow. That's neat.
Let me get a shot.
And then like he was just saying, the ore cart track going down this way, they were pulling up the what I would assume was the ore carts full of the material. We're gonna make our way down this little incline right here, and we're in this massive stope. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but this thing is huge. Or pass over there. Yeah, this doesn't do it justice. You need to see this in person to really get a view of how big this is. This is just cavernous. All those pipes up there. Okay. It looks like the end to a ore bin, ore chute. This looks like the end of a ore chute. Open up and let the ore out. Just massive room. This is just massive. Yeah, this takes the cake. Looks like we got a bunch of, I don't know if you can kind of see on my camera. Let me turn this down a little bit. You can kind of see the pyrite, which is fool's gold, all out throughout here in the rock. It's the most I've seen. Yeah. Yeah, this goes everywhere. Looks like it levels off down here, but this is just a big, another big open area, and these are endless slopes. Here we got a tank. It's pretty cool. Got a tire down here. These ceilings are a good 20 plus feet high. Okay, so it looks like we're coming to a junction with the Orcart track. You can either go that way or you can go this way, and this just opens up over here. Wow. And that just keeps going down. Well, there's another sign that says out. That's interesting. I wonder if there's another exit. It's a little wet down here. You can see the condensation on the up above. Here's an old Kanoko can. Before we make our way up out of this stope, we're gonna check out this drift over here. I think I found their bathroom right here.
Oh, geez, look at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That is what they call a honey pot.
Yep.
Look at that, there's the toilet seat and the remains of the honey, yes.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Oh, this just goes back around to this just goes back around into the stope over here. All right, so we're heading up out of this stope. We're gonna head back up to the haulage at it. And we're gonna go from there. Okay. A little bit of an incline here. All right. See where this drift goes down here. Looks like this one goes down and curves off to the left. We got the upper part of the over there goes up there a little bit. Anyway, that's where we're going down that way. Yeah, if someone else is recording, I tend to keep my distance a little bit so I'm not contaminating their video. Okay, bad air. Interesting. Here's the silver. They were dumping all the ore from up in the stope right in here to a waiting ore cart. Still has a bunch of material in it. All right. Here's a end cap to an ore chute right here, and you open that up and the ore will come out into the ore cart. Oh, that's what the helmet's for. The timber's over here. Okay. So we could either go to the left or to the right. Here's a really really rotted ore chute right here. This one's definitely seen better days. There's some big rocks plugged up in it.
Like that, but it turned out to be wrong.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. That's cool. Looks like there was an ore pass here with a chute. And this one's completely deteriorated. It goes up into that stope up there. Yeah, this wood is you can just take it and that's rotted for sure. This just keeps going and going. Maybe 90s. Kind of. If anyone knows what era this Diet Pepsi can is, please let me know in the comments. I'm guessing very early 90s. Maybe late 80s. That stops. Now it goes around over there. There's multiple different ways you can go in this place. We'll just keep following the ore cart track. And we got another split right over here.
Hey, here's a junction. Check this out.
And we got here's an ore pass going down there. They blocked that one off. This way, and that way.
Yeah, lots of ways to go here.
Here's another tank right here. keep saying this is the way out. Here's some ventilation pipes stacked up over here.
I'm starting to feel a little more airflow.
This way is going this way.
I feel some airflow, are you?
You feel some airflow?
Yeah.
In this right here?
Like right now.
Oh, okay. Huh.
It might be another way out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep following these arrows here. Unless it loops around and goes back down to the hollow jet. But the hollow jet, the main one, is back that way. Huh. I put my light on spot here so you can see just how far this keeps going. Nice long at it right here. So it looks like we might be coming up to another junction over here. Let's see what we got. There's an old up in there. Looks like it kind of caved almost. And here's another junction right here. Okay, so out is apparently that way. But just want to see what's around here. Oh, here's another honey pot. Yep. We got another honey pot over here.
Totally rotted.
I feel it. It just completely. It's not like wood anymore. It's like goo. It's completely disintegrated. What was up there?
When you come back to this mine, you'll have to go to those upper stopes where I was the last time. You'll be just blown away by that. You thought the stopes down here were big.
Old rusty one.
So we're headed down this other drift, and this one doesn't seem to have an end. Right, I don't think that's a rock.
Oh wow, look at this.
We were probably down there.
Yeah.
I think we would have been, wouldn't we?
Yeah, it is sure wet. It is wet for sure in here.
So basically this is a false floor.
Yeah.
Over a big stone. Let me get a shot of this.
They got a couple of them. One here, one there.
So we're coming to this.
You got another ore pass right there. It's just getting wet back here. Everything is just so.
Down here, this drift.
Look at this. It's completely wet.
There's a hole in the floor. And you see a stope down. I see the bottom of the stope. We were probably just down there when we made our way up to this level. So we're basically on a false floor. But one made out of rock and like lumber.
There's a.
A little more sturdy. Crossing over.
Now you gotta be careful with areas like this right here. Huh. Here's an old ladder. That's all rotted out.
They put a safety rail up here.
Get your ladder into the stope.
This just loops around.
Oh, that's all collapsed down there.
pass probably
Yeah.
to a lower haulage level.
Here's just the big old stope right here.
I don't know what that is.
Looks like a blasting. I don't know what a blasting cap looks like, but
It's
could
like
be.
It's like a silver tube that's usually
Yeah,
tapered.
that's what this is.
It's tapered and crimped at one end.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that is a blasting cap. If anyone in the comments knows, please let me know, but I'm not touching that. Here's a Prince Albert tin in pretty bad shape. I walked right past it before and didn't see it. It was right there. We'll leave that for someone else to find. All right, let's keep going.
Someone was digging.
Insulation, air vent tubing. There's a lot of it in here. You got some metal and you got some rubber too. Alright, so I'm just poking around down here. Just a bunch of ore chutes. Or we got an ore chute over here. I'm thinking this is just a copy of what we just experienced down over there. Let's see here. Got another one, another attic going over there. We got some old newspaper. Trying to see if there's a date on here. This is old. So yeah, we got that. Let me just poke my head down here. It looks like we have a... This is all plugged up over here. Yep. Well, wait a minute. Maybe not. I might got an ore pass right at the end of here. And... yeah, there's an ore pass up there. But that's the end of this drift. And then you go back here and here's the dynamite right here. I didn't even see this the first time. Right there. Yeah, get a picture of this. Oh, it's all over floor. Okay. And here's one ore chute, and then your other one, if I pan around this way, is right there in the corner. That one's a little worse for shape. And right to my right, behind it, there's the big stope. On to my off to my right, probably on the other side of this rock. Oh, interesting. Here's some kind of station or something. Maybe like a workstation of some sort. And then over here we got explosives. This is cool. This is probably where they stored all their dynamite and blasting caps. That's pretty cool right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some like kind of like a workstation of some sort, you know.
Yeah. Guess what was stored here?
Got a tank over there. We got some more. Got some. This part of the mine's in pretty good shape, actually. It's not all wet and rotted out.
Tank over there.
Let's have a look inside this explosive storage here. And there's nothing. Well, there's an ore passage right here, up there. Here we got a nice ore chute. Looks like it might end down here. Got some spare ore cart track. I don't know what those little blocks of wood are for. It's kind of interesting. Actually, no. Looks like we even got some little core samples here. Yeah, small core samples. And this is interesting. I wonder what this was for. And this is just a small little drift right here, and that's it for this part. Ends over here. Big stope up in there. There's a lot of junk in here. There's a giant metal. I don't know what the hell that is. I'm gonna try to get past there and check it out. See if I can get past all this junk right here.
A major obstacle.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a
Big stope. I don't know what this metal stuff is right here.
it's like a tank.
Yeah, something. They cut it.
They shoved in there. What the heck?
It just freaking keeps going, man. Or shoot. Probably. There's a ore pass up in that stope up there. Another Kanoko can. Let's see what we got down here. Oh, interesting. Okay. Got a ladder, a pretty well collapsed ore chute. Yeah, that one's all collapsed up there. And got a bunch of debris here. And this stuff just keeps going and going and going. Alright. Well, I think I might save this for another trip if we ever end up coming back in this particular section of the mine. But we're going to stop here and we're going to turn around. Alright, so we're back in the main haulage adit, or what I think is the main haulage adit. It's gotten very narrow. And we're gonna see how far back in this goes. Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. This looks familiar to me. Ah, okay. All right, we just made a loop. Okay, so we're at the.
Is that pipe you were gonna?
Yeah, so we're at the end of this. Well, if you take this will lead you all the way back outside, going that direction where Frank is. But I was looking at this tank that someone had cut a hole through or I guess gone through or something. I was over there before. We went completely around, and now we're on the other side of it. Okay. And if we take that will lead us back outside, and that's just plugged up over there. That doesn't go anywhere. So yeah, this is the end of the main the straight adit. Okay. Okay, so right now it's gonna be a wrap. Pretty much, I have a few more things to check out, but we're making our way out of this mine. And you can see daylight from the portal ahead. So here's I would assume an office or some sort of building. I'm gonna take a quick peek in here. This is probably the mine office. There's a lot of papers. A lot of papers in here. And yeah, one more building over here. Looks like maybe the workers, they had their own like cubbies or something, and they would sign in here, clock in, I can imagine. And then over here we got an ore bin. Good looking old ore bin over there. Just a single chute. So you can see some pyrite. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there is a lot of pyrite in this mine. That is obviously one of the commodities, minerals found. So I see there's ore cart tracks. We're gonna try to get up here, get up this hill without slipping. So here's the top of the ore bin. Yeah, they got the grizzlies right there to prevent larger rocks from falling through. We'll pan over this way. Here's the ore cart track. You got some over here, Looks like it kept going over here at one point. Perhaps there was another ore bin. Let's see what we got over here. Just gonna walk to the edge of this. Yeah, the track went all the way out to here. See, there's some cable here. There's a lot of cable here, actually. And let's see where this goes down here. I did see what I thought was a road. I'm not sure if it's above me. I think right there. But this is almost at level with the waste rock pile here, so I'm assuming it maybe went through here at one point. Interesting. All right, well, that was a pretty good mine. There were a lot of big stopes in there. Definitely worth a part 2 explore. Coming soon, not right away. I don't know when I'll get back out here. It was a long drive from Tucson, but we saw a decent chunk of it. There's still a lot more to see. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Take care.